Okay, roughly around 1995, there was an incident that I want to talk about today. And this incident was paranormal in the fact that I don't remember how a lot of it happened. So let me just describe what I do know, and you can judge for yourself whether or not this is paranormal or just adrenaline. I was dating a guy, a boyfriend. This was, like I said, about 1994, 95. I was definitely divorced. Um, and anyways, he had a death grip on the dashboard when this all started happening. I was down the Anthony Wayne Trail. My mother lived over by the zoo, and we were leaving there. I had my two children and my niece asleep in the back seat. That was before everybody had to wear, had to have car seats. So only my daughter was in a car seat. My niece and my son were just in seatbelts, and so they were basically laying across the back of the seat, sleeping. And I saw headlights coming on the wrong side. The car in front of me started slowing down, and I started slowing down, and then the next thing I know, I felt like I was being sucked back into myself, because all of a sudden I could see everything, but my body wasn't responding to anything that I was telling it to do. It was like I just completely froze, but I was like sucked back. It was a strange sensation, but I could see that all of a sudden I was swerving into the right lane, just in front of the car that was next to me and the car that was just getting smashed head on by the oncoming car from another direction. So my car goes in between those two cars without getting a scratch on it. And then the car that was behind me rear-ended the car that just got hit in the front. And it took the car that was going the wrong way down the Anthony Wayne Trail and pushed it out in front of my car. So I slammed on the brakes. Well, my body did. I didn't tell it to do that. And then it's like I went and kept driving, and I went between the two vehicles. My car didn't get a single scratch. I could hear the grass crunching underneath the tires. And it was the strangest thing, because then after I got past it, all of a sudden I felt like came forward again and was in control. I didn't stop, which is also kind of an unusual thing for me. Normally I would have stopped just to make sure if everybody was okay, but I kept going. And I was just like, what the fudge just happened? And I have a guide who I call Grunter, because most of the time he'll just grunt and I kind of just know what he's talking about. It's like one grunt was slow down, another grunt would have been, like, watch what you're doing or something like that, a different tone. He had different tones in the grunting. It was like, uh, uh. It's like, and each one had its like own meaning, and for some reason I always knew what he meant. This was the first time he actually said any words. And he said, "You weren't listening," or something to that effect. And that was the day that I started listening to the spirits again. And I'm very glad that I did. Well, like I said, he just took over. And I didn't think they were allowed to do that. But that's what I think happened. It could have also just been adrenaline kick in. And like I said, I just don't know. So I guess you can decide, was it paranormal? Or was it just a regular human reaction? Be interesting to hear your thoughts.